back to when I changed the words to do you want to build a snowman? And now I can't even remember what I was singing. Do you want to sew a swimsuit? That's what it was. It was for the swim workshop. Huh, the good old days. I love making up words to songs and then embarrassing my children with it. Um, oh, somebody just noticed that I'm 4 minutes late. They're going, where are you? And I'm like, I'm just running late because that's my day. Okay. Good morning. It is Friday. Do I look awake? I feel awake. I'm more stressed than I would like to be on Friday. I got to be honest. It has nothing to do with this. It has everything to do with life in general. And so I'm going to share a little because, well, it's life. And you need to know why I'm not all like, right? I feel that, like, actually, that actually helped. So I'm going to do it a little bit more. And maybe it'll just, like, get all the negativity out of me. Oh, that helped a lot. I would love to say, like, oh, I'm going to go for a run. That's never going to happen. Good morning. Happy Friday. June, I still hope that I'm pronouncing your name right. So please send me a PM if it's wrong, because I want to make sure that when I, like, interact with you that I'm not calling you by somebody else's name. That'd be terrible. Happy Friday. See, look. Oh, the boss is out. Shh. I'll never say a word, except I just did, didn't I? Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Happy Friday, June. That's fantastic. That makes me feel like that really fulfills my heart. Fantastic. Good afternoon in the UK. I love the UK. I gotta be honest. Oh, thank you. You know, I'm actually a little bitter with one of my children. I won't name names. So this is my Annabeth. This is the 50% off pattern today. Now, I think I have a theme this week. These are my pockets. Oh my gosh, that makes me think of a Lori Berkner song. So here's my hood. Could I have been a model? I'm very awkward. Oh, that reminds me. I am actually going to go. Good morning, Tara. Man, you posted that picture of your baby and her Eleanor. And I really do think that, I think the Eleanor was one of my first baby patterns because I made one for Stella and it was like kind of funny because I live in Georgia and I wear cardigans all the time, but my children like, they're much more likely to wear a zip up hoodie. Thank you. I love polka dots. That's my thing. But good morning, Michelle. Good evening, Nikki. It's nice to see you. Or, well, you can see me, but it's nice to see your name. So yeah, that totally, like, baby fever. What is wrong with me? I'm exhausted all of the time, and I'm like, I love babies. But no, we're done. The dishes are done, as they said in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Classic movie. I just watched Sleepless in Seattle with my 12-year-old. She had the gall to talk ugly about Tom Hanks. We had to have words. I told her I wasn't watching any more movies with her if she was going to talk ugly about an American treasure. But then a couple days later, she's like, I'm really glad that I saw Sleepless in Seattle because it's referenced in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. And I'm just like, a sign that, like, your generation. I mean, it's one thing for them to play my jams in the grocery store. It's a whole nother thing for my daughter, like, Good morning, Wisconsin. I love when you catch my videos live too because it's awesome. So what I was going to tell you I was bitter about, I like went to every effort. Here's my hood. So the Annabeth has a crossover hood. And it actually lines up if you do the seam allowances correctly, which I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, I did. It's kind of nice. It lines up with the seams on the front, which I love. It's those little things. But in this one, I went to the effort of putting in a grommet, even though I'm never going to tighten my hood. And I used fabric for my drawstring, and it matched the roses. It was like this peachy pink color, and it just was the perfect pop of color. And then one of my kids, I blame the kids. It could have easily been laundry. But I blame the kids for pulling it out. Can't find it. And I don't even think I have that fabric. Meatloaf, beeloaf. So yeah, that's my grumpiness for the day. It is Friday. It is the last day that the 5 out of 4 family is going to be open. Now, why should this matter to you? Because once I close those doors around midnight or tomorrow morning, because I'm not staying up that late, or if I do stay up that late, I'll be reading and I won't be on the computer. Let me be perfectly clear. Once I close those doors, they are closed until next year. Probably, I was thinking about it like April. I mean, that's a while. Probably like 6 months from now. That was my Christmas story. Oh my gosh, how do you just you feel me? Meatloaf, beeloaf. So funny. Good morning. It was the kids. See? You feel me too. They're responsible for all of my joyless days. All of my lack of color I blame on the children. You know, I'm actually looking for me in the Facebook group. I'm going to click on this awesome link from Cindy showing her pocket hack. There I am. So that way I can see your names. Catherine, you got me. It was the kids. Good morning, Margie and Bridget. See, Tom Hanks is a national treasure. Do I find him super hot? No. But hello, he's Tom Hanks. You can't talk ugly about Tom Hanks. Man, that bunny costume, I would love to put my son in that. So funny. Anywho. All right, I'm all over the place this morning because it's Friday. So part of my negativity, if you're feeling it, hopefully I'm keeping it tamped down. But part of my negativity and my stress level, whoa, dang, my kids would be like, my kids are like this even when it's 75 in the house. It's ridiculous. Is it Ange? Is it short for Angela? Or I'm just curious. I see your name, but the brain's not quite working. Good morning, Jenny. So part of my stress, we'll call it stress, because I am trying to loosen up a little bit and just let go, let flow type thing. But I have twins. They're 8 years old. They're in the 2nd grade. And thank you. I'm glad I'm not radiating negativity because I'm feeling it. But part of my stress this morning is I found out yesterday afternoon that my 2nd grade teacher, not my second, Mrs. Burke did not email me. She did not really, anyway. The twins' 2nd grade teacher, who I'm sure is a lovely human, emailed me and said they were the last 2 who were remaining virtual. So Georgia, Fulton County in particular, that's where I live, is in the process of going back to face-to-face. I'm not trying to start a debate. Please don't start getting all ugly. Oh, Angela, Angie. Okay, thank you. I'm glad I figured that out. I didn't want to call you the wrong name. That bugs me for some reason. I like to know. And I feel guilt. I feel stress because that feels like a lot to put on a teacher. And then my husband's like, don't feel guilty for her stress. You got to do what's right for your family. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, I don't know anything about Mercury. I mean, I actually do because my background's space, but I don't know anything about Mercury in retrograde. The full moon with 6 kids, I feel all the time. Angela, that's my Chris Pratt look for you. It is stressful. It is a full-time job getting the kids on, and I literally flip-flop. This is me. I'm like a pancake. I go back and forth all day long, just send them. My kids aren't on electronic. We used to homeschool, and so I'm like, I could just pull them out and homeschool them. I'm done. But then I'm like, I don't want the nagging back. I love homeschoolers. Yay, homeschoolers. I love the idea of homeschooling. That part of me, I'm on to a new, I can't right now. It's just, I have no negativity towards homeschooling. In my perfect world, I would have my cake and eat it too, and we would live in an RV, and my husband would be able to work. Freddie Mercury, I'm done with that. Anyway, so that's my stress right now. My mother is taking care of my 96-year-old grandfather. She goes to visit him every 2 weeks or so. I see my parents and my in-laws are the only help that I have. And so I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's move along to sewing because that is a lot more joy-filled than me trying to figure out my children's school situation. just know that you're not alone. If you too are stressed by school, or if you're homeschooling twins, oh my God. Yours had, Tara, do you have yours on 2 separate computers? Because since we have 5 kids at home, all doing various amounts of school or not school or just streaming videos all at the same time, I make the twins be together. Well, that, like, stop touching me. Yeah. All right. A huge RV. I don't think I could afford an RV that size. I dream the dream, though. We actually have a really good friend who's in an RV with her 3 kids right now. Oh, that's right. I forgot you're in 2 separate classes. See? Did I tell you I have a massage scheduled for 2 o'clock? That was my gift to myself. So I don't know if you read the newsletter. Hint, read the newsletter. Just saying. It's pretty awesome. I actually put a lot of time into it last night because I was like feeling the feelings about how this week's gone. And I feel like it's fascinating to me. We've had a ton of new family members come into the 5 out of 4 family membership, and they've started introducing themselves, and the interaction, like, it is in my feed, right? And so I'm reading, but I'm not engaging it because I'm still like focusing on another aspect. Hold one, bear with. No, that's for dinner tonight. Sorry, bud. Hey, you're in class. Can I make Caesar salad in the middle of math class? You feel me? This is what I'm up against, people. Can I make Caesar salad in the middle? Oh my gosh. Oh, Terry, you like my my massage idea? That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, when my daughter was 4, she saw her infant brother on the couch and yelled, "He's looking at me." So funny. Shauna, I dream the dream. And actually, my husband and I joke about living in an RV when the kids are gone and not telling them where we are and then just showing up on their driveway. It's going to be amazing. Oh, what's for breakfast today? You know what? I actually need to see the bingo board. Hopefully you guys are playing bingo because you can still enter to win the $50 Amazon gift card. It's awesome. I'm just going to search for it so I'm not staring at my computer this whole time. Here it is. So this way I can make sure I have no idea what I've already said or what I haven't said, but going back to my previous thoughts, since I'm all over the place. That's true, Marilyn. At least he was requesting a salad, you know? He wasn't requesting one of the myriad of other things. They're actually all waiting on me. They're like, how long is your video going to be today? We need some banana bread. I'm like, just because the bananas are rotting on the counter does not mean that I'm making, okay, I am. I love banana bread. Just Kathy, I can't wait. It's a plan. All right, 5 spaces left. So, whew, I am maybe 6. The bingo board has been pretty funny to me because I was like planning it, right? And I didn't know how to plan ahead for Friday without telling you like that Annabeth was on sale. I don't think I put Annabeth on. Yeah, I didn't put it on there. But I was doing my best, and Jan, they could make it, but I also know what my kitchen would look like after, and I'm kind of particular. I have this one recipe that I really like for banana bread, and I can split it into 2 like short loaves, and they don't know the difference, and then we all get more. Good morning, Allison. Good morning, Laura. Susan, I'm so glad you could join us live. That's fantastic. So, as I was trying to plan the bingo board, I'm like, how do I know what I'm going to say on Friday? I don't even know what I'm going to say today. But it's been ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. Apparently, I know everything I've said, which one of them really surprised me. I did not actually think I had said we're in a fight, but apparently I did. Kind of funny. And I just said RV, so there you go. I will share the recipe in our food group. So, as I've been looking at the members who are just joining the 5 out of 4 family, I'm trying to find like what tipped them over. And this is a question that I recently asked the original members in the 5 out of 4 family. And of course I put chocolate chips in it. Like, yes, Melissa, I do not mean that rudely at all. If there is an item that I can put chocolate chips in it, you can guarantee that chocolate chips are going to be in it. Like, otherwise it's health food. Or, well, So I'm looking through and I'm trying to figure out, what made them join? Because I feel like my messaging is not clear. And I'm passionate about serving and helping as many people as possible from this desk since I can't actually meet with people, right? And I want people to become confident sewists. I think confidence is actually like a theme throughout my life, which is kind of fascinating. But one day I'll write my memoirs, right? Um, and it's just fascinating to me. Like, we have a ton of people who are like community. They have no friends nearby that sew, or they have no friends who sew, is what I meant to say. Either one, really. Or they just aren't as passionate. Like, I know a couple people who sew, but they don't sew. You know what I mean? And so when I like, see what I did there? When I want to talk about sewing, they're like, okay, can't, whatever. Fun with all of the other community aspects. See, Mary, like, it's been really fascinating. Oh, Lindsay, I love hearing that. That makes my heart happy. Good morning, Jean. See, Yvonne, and I watched your videos this morning, and I was trying to figure out, like, how best to tell people exactly what it is that makes the family so special. Because another thing is, like, people are like, it's just like any other Facebook group. What are you talking about? And it's really like so much more. But the only way that I can show you that is by having you sign up for a month. And so that's sort of been my thing. Like, oh, thanks, Shauna. I appreciate that. I'm glad, Angela. That's amazing. I love bacon. There you go. I eat bacon almost every day, and my husband just came downstairs. Aw, my husband just told me I look beautiful. Yay. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, Margaret. So I eat bacon every day to my husband. We have issues here. Anyway, bacon. So yeah, there's no way that I can really like share the magic that comes with how supportive and encouraging this group is. And it's fascinating to me because I'm definitely going to have to set up rules, and I have them written in my very full notebook. I'm actually about to fill up my notebook. Isn't that amazing? So all my stickers, this is what I struggle with stickers. Tell me if you do this. Here you go. I'm trying to build additional community bonds. Wow, that's kind of cool, Elizabeth. You found a local person in the family and who works for the same company as you. That's amazing. Oh, Jenny, I can't wait. Melissa, I love that. I have to share something with you, and my mom is going to crack up. So, Mom, it's okay if you share your laughter with a nice, funny GIF. Laura told me that her girls, Laura O'Neill, one of my coworkers, told me that her girls had recently watched Little House on the Prairie. Okay, when I was a child, I would have never in a million years watched Little House on the Prairie. First off, they're wearing dresses. Nobody, nope. And so now I'm watching it from this perspective of, we talk a lot in my family, my kids especially, no, but we talk, right? And so we're on like episode 3 or 4, maybe 3. And it is seriously dated. I'm not going to lie. But in one of the episodes, Pa, I don't know what his name is, Michael Landon, gets hurt. And the community comes forward and helps him complete this job. And there is some racism there because the owner of the feed store is Irish and he's the only one with an accent. And he's like the money hungry one. And he was going to take the oxen from Pa. And it's super dramatic and I hate drama. And so I'm watching this and I'm like, he's going to lose his oxen. They're going to have to move from Plum Creek. And so as we're watching and the community comes forward, my husband looks at me and he sees the tears. I tell you, I'm a hot mess. Oh my gosh, was that one of them? Because that was actually one of the ones that Laura told me to put in. Ooh, thank you, Angela. And so we're watching it and we're able to talk about why it's not okay that the Irishman is the only one who's like, that they're talking ugly about, and how that showed up. But that deep-seated need for community, like, I feel it so, so, so deep. And so when the community came forward and we were talking about that, and we were talking about how Pa was a good person, I have goosebumps. And even last night, Laura was supposed to write a story about, something. And of course, her perfect sister, Kaylin, that's my sister, by the way. Her sister wrote this beautiful thing about how they ended up in Plum Creek. And Laura was like, I can't write well. And so she like told this story, and her mom is crying. And I was like trying not to cry on the sofa, but it was so sweet. And the kids are literally sitting on top of me, so I'm sweating profusely. And I know that moment is a moment. You know what I mean? And I'm sharing about my family and not what I'm supposed to be talking about today. And I apologize. But like, I felt it. I had all of my kids like on top of me, and my husband's watching it with me. And we were talking like, the mom gets out there with the oxen, right? Laura, I love that you're hearing me talk about this, because it is so dated, and the relationship between Ma and Pa isn't quite like my husband's and I's. We're very equal. Like, he treats me very equal, and I'm able to work and all this stuff, but like, there's so much love there, and you can see it in Pa's face, and it's just like, this is the nicest show ever. And it's just so PG. Like, if you know me, I read Jane Austen because I'm guaranteed a good ending. I am not going to go watch some indie movie that has a terrible ending. My life is too short for that. And so, thank you, Tara. Sometimes I think, did I just spend 20 minutes talking about that? It's just been so special. And so now I've never made it, like, the only show that I can remember, I'm like really thinking through my past, that I can remember watching every episode. And not only that, I've actually watched it. Thank you, Stephanie. I've watched it more than once, is The West Wing. And that's obviously as an adult. Otherwise, like, I've watched Madam Secretary. I really enjoy that because that has good endings too. And my brother got me to watch that show because he knows I love the politics. And like, we watched the first season of House of Cards, and I looked at my husband, I'm like, The West Wing is what I wish was happening, and House of Cards is what I'm scared is happening. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I can't watch this anymore. It's too negative. And I do. I long for the happy endings. Thank you, Leslie. That's totally true. So there you go. That's what my family's doing this week. And they're to the point where I'm like, yeah, you can stay up an extra hour. Let's see what happens. It's just so funny. We're going to have to catch Reevy up with it when she comes home on Thanksgiving, because she's actually going to come home November 22nd. Not that I'm counting down. Oh, God. Mom, you have to find out what episode that is. I won't be able, we will not be able to handle that as a family. Like, I just read about John Legend and Chrissy's baby. I don't follow up. Well, so that's funny, Tara. We've actually read some of them. We've read some of the books. I didn't as a kid. Again, I was too cool for that. I was way into the Bobbsey twins. My sister read all of them. I love you, Kaylin. Just in case you're watching, I love you. I love you. I looked up to you as a child. But they were wearing dresses. I just didn't, Oh, I can't handle it. Can't handle babies. Oh, goodness. All right, so moving right along. I have to find out where to watch it without commercials, though, because I don't miss commercials. Yes. So I don't follow performers or celebrities because they don't care about my life, so I haven't quite figured out why I should care about them. But I'm a huge John Legend fan. And so it popped up. I get this headlines from New York Times every day. It just helps me feel like I don't live in a cave. And I saw that about them losing their baby, and I'm just like, whoa. I know that it's prevalent and like everything else, but infant loss makes me so sad. Okay. Deep breathing. I'm going to do a little Wayne's World for you. I'm going to take a cup of coffee too, because it's just like we've crossed so much today. I think what I love about no more crying. I can't promise anything, Tara. What I love about Little House on the Prairie is the same thing I love about Old Mother West Wind. She is very open about it. Oh yeah. Um Tara, that's funny. You can always drop me a GIF on my main page or in the comments on Facebook too. Oh my goodness. Okay. Deep breathing. And I forgot what it. Oh, one of my favorite things about Little House on the Prairie, and then I'm going to move on to sewing, is that it's rated PG or G even. I mean, okay, they do deal with some deeper things. I should have put deep breathing on the bingo card. I should have probably also put this. What is it she does in High School Music where she? Oh, I gotta. If my girls come by, I'll ask them because they always laugh when Charmaine. Is that her name? Anyway, I'm afraid that I do know all of the High School Musical movies too. And I lost my train of thought. So that's good. I'm looking at the bingo board, and I don't know why. Wow, I just said massage. That picture. Oh, there it goes. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, you know what? Angela, you're missing a square in the bottom left-hand corner. If you haven't seen, oh, that's what I was saying. It's rated G because the like right now the amount of, so we just watched this movie called My Spy. I think that's what it's called. It has Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. And with my oldest child, we were much more like uptight about what we were watching, and now we're just, I mean, we're totally laissez-faire about this. Not totally, we're not watching it or anything, but like we're pretty laissez-faire. And so we're watching My Spy, and at the end of it, my husband looks at me and he's like, who is this movie for? Like, it looked like it was for kids, but the language and the jokes, there was a lot for adults. You feel me? And so that happens so often right now. Like, we thought it was hilarious, especially that nod to Notting Hill, but like, does that happen to everybody else? And so like, I love that I can watch Little House on the Prairie and know that like I don't have to worry about it. You know, it's just like so G. I love it. So there you go. All right, it was super cute, Bridget. We laughed. The Waltons. See, there you go. We're gonna get some Nick at Night on here. Although now probably Nick at Night is showing all the shows from my childhood. So Annabeth is on sale today. That's what I'm wearing. It has the hidden pocket in front, which here I'll stand up again so you can see it. The hidden pocket. I finally finished a super cute one for my sister that was due last Christmas. And I just finished it. But I mailed it to her and she was happy. I'll post a picture of that one today in the Facebook group because I used a different, this one does not have polka dots in it. I'm not sure Kate loves polka dots the same way I do. But it has this cute little winter print and then stripes. So 50% off today only. Okay, I love you and I want to answer all of your emails. Don't email me tomorrow saying you forgot because we're doing one a day, folks. And I've already messed this up once this week because yesterday I put Josephine and Joe and did not look at the promo calendar. So guess what's on sale this weekend for 50% off or for $5? Same thing, but it's Joe. Whoops. So we're going to leave Joe as our promo pattern for the weekend. It's on sale through Sunday. And here's why you should care. Hopefully you caught Josephine yesterday. We are doing a sew-along. It's sponsored by the Fab Clique Fabric Shop, which is one of our interviews inside the 5 out of 4 family. And it's like I've saved all of the live videos I've done for the 5 out of 4 family, including the interviews, and they're all posted on the membership platform. So you can find all of them and take copious notes just like the rest of us when I'm interviewing the fabric companies. Next week, I'm actually interviewing Tammy from Love Notions as part of the 5 out of 4 family. So even if you join for just a month, you're going to see it. It's going to be amazing. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to stay with us though. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm sure that if you give us a try for 1 month, you're going to be there. That's all I got to say. So, ooh, awesome, Angela. She's doing a weekender and an Annabeth. Galen, so Galen just joined the 5 out of 4 family, which I'm super happy about. And we're going to get you to try all of them. Do you think we can do it by the end of the year? How much time do you have? And I'm also going to be working on a video this weekend for somebody who is confused with the Nancy Raglan hood. And so hopefully I understand what she was confused about, because I've only got about 2 brain cells left. You know, that's also another thing I should make a list for next year's bingo, because the average person uses 10% of their brain. How much do you use? I'm just like, maybe I should just do movie quotes. Wow, I'm impressed. Jenny, you already got it printed and cut out. Impressive. I got an email this morning about projector files, and Chris Shapiro actually sent me a PM yesterday talking about him too. So Chris has an awesome YouTube channel. Ooh, Chris, are you there? I'm going to tell people the wrong name. So find her. If you search in the Facebook group, one of her videos will pop up. And I'm drawing a blank on her YouTube channel name, and I should totally plug it for her because it's awesome. But she shows you how to do like a perfect V-neck on one. She's done a lot of stuff. It's awesome. Anyways, moving right along. By the end of next year, Galen, come on. And song lyrics. Yeah, that's very true. Random song lyrics. So, whoa. Yvonne has 83 5 out of 4 patterns. That's a lot. That's like 2/3 of our library. I'm just guessing. How does that work? Keep hearing about it, but never seen it. Jenny, are we talking about the... Yes, Sojourn. I knew it had a great name. Thank you, Kim and DeMezzo. Thank you. Yes. So, projectors. I don't know how they work. Do you see mine? Let me tell you a secret about Jessica, and this is where the 5 out of 4 family is going to come to my rescue. So, I'm in the Projectors for Sewing group. It's overwhelming. My husband dutifully, put it on the ceiling, and I plugged it in. Have not connected it to my computer yet. Here is a secret about Jessica. Thank you, Laura. Laura just posted to the YouTube channel. It is called Sojourns. SEWJOURNS. I will put it in the comment or in the details on the YouTube video too. Good morning, Lori. I'm gonna hook it up. I am. I promise. This is my goal for today and this weekend. But here is a tidbit about Jessica. I am not a tinkerer. Is that a word? I do not care to tinker. If you took my husband will tinker all day long on anything. I'm like, where's the manual? I want to read the manual. I will read the manual, and then I will do exactly the directions that I need to do to make it work perfectly the first time. No tinkering. Oh, Michelle, I think that's the one I have. It's either, it doesn't tell me on the outside of the box. It's a black box. But I'm pretty sure that's what I have. So we can, just call me and we'll just do it on video chat and figure it out together, because I hate tinkering. Oh no, that's not good, Joan. And that was part of my issue too. I know that Tammy went through like 3 or 4 before she found one she wanted. So I just skipped everything and went to the one that I think she ended up with, honestly. I'm kind of following her. A manual and directions, right? But the manual doesn't talk about how to use it for sewing patterns. Am I right? I mean, it just drives me nuts. Wow, Pam, you got a Vivi image arriving Monday. So this is something we're going to be talking about in the 5 out of 4 family, because I'm right there with you. New phones, I'm like, not looking forward to that. See, I don't have a problem putting holes anywhere. And we already had the bar up there for the camera. So I get that. I mean, I dream of moving to a farm. See what I did there? We talk about moving to the middle of nowhere quite often. We have this area that we like, and we want to be on the river, and then both also have a large garden. And so I'm going to have a lot of holes to fill in, especially as you see, like I've added photos, and then I added a cross stitch that my grandmother did over there. Like, and even my kids, they're like, hey, can I have a tack? I'm like, sure. And it's going to be a nightmare when we go to move. And we're not moving anytime soon, but All right, I'll take a look at that today, Michelle. Oh, how do we submit our bingo card? It's in the announcements. You can just put it in the comments under the thread with the bingo card. It's in the announcements in the 5 out of 4 group. It will be better with hands-on, but oh my gosh. Okay. Here's what I know to be true. The 5 out of 4 family is life-changing. And the reason I know this, it's changed my life, getting to know people on a deeper level. I don't have to worry about promotion in there or marketing. I get to talk about sewing. And so for me, I get to do what I love to do the most, which is really, you know, sewing, talking about sewing, helping other people get more confidence. I mean, I think I've said this before, like my 5-year plan, I'm hoping to have women who are interested in starting their own creative businesses. And then I can almost take on a coaching role because I know in my bones, like I totally said this before, that I used to coach high school basketball and I love coaching. I don't have a kid who plays basketball, but neither here nor there. Like, I love coaching. And so, no matter what it is, right? Whether it's life or sewing, whatever, I love that part of things. I love knowing that I can help people become better sewists, more confident. And so, when I was working on the success path, the stages of a confident sewist, my thought, I'm an incredibly logical person. And so, if I do say so myself, no. But my thought was like, this is why people are going to join the 5 out of 4 family. They're going to be interested to know how they can go from here to here, right? So I'm going to draw you a picture in my favorite color, orange. So my art is leaving a little bit to be desired. And this is a very elementary drawing, but here's why. Okay. So this was my goal with the 5 out of 4 stages of a confident sewist. It was, if I'm starting here, how do I get here? Now, I've said this before and I'm going to keep saying it. It is not a linear process because I truly believe that if you want to make an agility and all you've ever done before are masks, I think you should make the agility. Shoot. I think you should make the agility because that's what your heart wants to make. It doesn't want to make an apron. It doesn't want to make a quilt runner or whatever. Like, if you follow your heart and you're willing to fail fast and fail often, heck yeah, make that agility. Maybe start with the tea bag. No, I'm just kidding. Do whatever makes your heart happy. And the 5 out of 4 family is there to be like, oh, whoa, you're tripping up on that? Here you go. And what's the best part is it's not just for new sewists, the 5 out of 4 family. It's for any sewist who's craving that deeper community connection that I felt so strongly. And it's because when somebody posts in there, they're not looking for just my response. It's a community effort. And what has been just amazing to see in action is that we've all started to step up. And even people who considered themselves like, I don't have a lot of confidence, I don't know, or they're not commenting a lot, I've seen them start to step up. And so one thing, oh, wait, somebody just asked me. Bridget, I think I missed your comment. Men do so too. I don't know what I said about that, but oh. Okay, well, hold on, I have a comment for that too. But I've seen it happen. And so I've had several emails like, I'm not on Facebook. I hate Facebook. Guess what? I hate Facebook too. But we have had a number of people join the 5 out of 4 family and then start a new profile on Facebook without their real name. And they only join the 5 out of 4 family. Now, I'm not going to enable Facebook users because it's not the most positive world out there. But it has been really interesting to see those people come out of their shell too, because I think that inside all of us, community is important. Even if you think, I don't need it, I'm good on my own. um, like I think that we're all better together. And so that's why I always say we is greater than me. Even though I'm like, I don't have a lot of girlfriends. I don't need friends. I'm good with just my husband, who is my best friend. Like, I still have that deep longing for community. And my daughter and I were talking recently about friends that we had in Virginia. So I went to we moved to Washington, D.C. in January of 2002. And it was so I could go to grad school. My husband and I weren't married yet. He hadn't graduated from undergrad yet. And I started grad school. And we stayed there until 2012, about 2 months after we found out we were expecting twins as babies 4 and 5. And so when I was having my oldest children, we were in these play groups, and we just grew up with this group of women. And it was fascinating. We had scientists and marketing people, and government people, everybody. And those women, like during COVID, we actually had a little, it wasn't a book club. We didn't read a book, but we just had like a little wine meet and greet, and we hadn't talked in forever, but it was like instant. And I miss that so much for whatever reason. Now that my kids are older and I'm putting 30,000 miles on the car every year, like I don't have it as much, right? And so somebody just asked who Jim Rohn is. So I'm going to say that's probably the last one on the card. Jim Rohn is a motivational speaker. He's like, I have these jingles, right? I have a set of audio cassette tapes of Jim Rohn that I'm pretty sure my father-in-law gave my husband years ago. And if you look at the stages of a confident sewist, I'm going to pull it up here. At the bottom of the pages, I put some quotes, and Jim Rohn is incredibly motivating to me. And so the one I put, formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. And this even came up in Little House on the Prairie last night because the mom was like, we're lifelong learners. She was trying to talk Laura into going to school. And Laura's like, when does learning stop? And she's like, if we're smart, never. And I believe that. And that's why I shared my sewing journey. I was no longer going to let imposter syndrome stand in my way. Like, yeah, I worry like people are going to be like, she didn't go to fashion school? Heck no, I didn't go to fashion school. I have a degree in history of technology, and I have a degree in science, technology, and public policy with a focus on space policy and international security studies. Talk about random. So I might not have a degree in fashion design or any of those things, but I had the gumption and the desire and the drive to get it done. And thank goodness I had the support. My husband looked at me and I said, I think I can do this. And he said, what do you need to do it? And I said, the Adobe suite of products. And we did it. And it's like, that's what I want to nurture in others and help other people grow. So I am pretty passionate about that. Jim Rohn also has this great comment, and I wish I could find it. It came up in my Facebook memories the other day. Maybe it'll, he has some great ones, and I'm doing a little quote, but I'm not going to find the one I want. Well, yeah, I'm not going to find the one I want, but I had this picture, and I'll try and post it in the Facebook group later. But it says something along the lines of like, I used to say, I'll work on you for you if you'll work on me for me. And now I say, I'll work on me for you if you'll work on you for me. And my husband and I believe this, like never stop sewing, never stop growing, because not only am I growing my sewing skills, but by providing my mind that quiet time of just focusing and sorting out the day's issues, trying to find peace and clarity, like I'm really able to grow in exponential ways outside of just sewing. So that's my jam. The landscaper friend, his name is Kevin, by the way, was also the best man at my wedding and my high school boyfriend, but that's neither here nor there. Cindy, see, the support of a spouse is like 100% what I needed. Oh, Margie. You guys are making me... No more crying today. No more crying. Crying is done for the day. You know what, Yvonne? You have me. How about that? You have me and you have the 5 out of 4 family. Angela, I think that's important too. I only work on me for me because I'm the only person I'm guaranteed to have to deal with for the rest of my life. That's totally true. Sewing meditation. I like that, Joan. I missed a lot of comments in my little comment there. More than a comment. Sewing has become like breathing for me. That's totally true. And when I don't sew for a few weeks because of life going on, it's like a limb is missing, right? So enter your bingo cards. Everybody's entered to win. I also offered something for the blackout. I can't remember what it is, but I love to give things away. So the more the merrier. But everybody likes Amazon. And if you're in a country that doesn't accept Amazon, or doesn't have Amazon, or you don't want Amazon, just tell me. PayPal is the same thing as Amazon. It's not like I get any kickbacks from Amazon. Either you run the day or the day runs you. It's all these little tidbits. I actually, you know how like in Jane Austen movies, they have like the book of Shakespeare's sonnets. I'm not that into poetry. I have a book of Jim Rohn quotes. That's what I carry around. Twitchy and grumpy. That is totally true. And I'll tell the kids, like, I just need to put two pieces of fabric together, right? So, holy crow, we've been talking for an hour already. Whew. Funny. I could keep going and talking all day. I'm sure other people want to eat at some point, right? If you're not willing to risk the unusual, you'll have to settle for the ordinary. There you go. That's probably how I ended up with 6 kids. I mean, my husband looked at me and was like, we got an empty seat at the table. Life is short. How about romance? Oh my goodness, I love it. I should actually just post this quote because it's so fantastic. Jim Rohn is just like amazing. I mean, he just nails, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at this and switch over to stage 4. So this week we have gone over the stages of a confident sewist success path. And hopefully I'm not boring you, because I do think that this is incredibly important. It is a guidebook by which I'm offering the lessons and information and videos inside the 5 out of 4 family portal or membership platform, whatever you want to call it. What we have in the 5 out of 4 patterns group on Facebook is actually a condensed version. If you're watching from YouTube and you don't want to be on Facebook, but you're interested in the document, just send me an email. It's jessica@5outof4.com, and I'll forward it to you. How about that? Excuse me. I am on a coffee kick this week. I actually realized last night I had a iced tea at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't have iced tea. I can drink coffee in the morning, 2 to 3 cups with my creamer in it, or what? It's not even cream, but and then I can't have any more caffeine the rest of the day because this was me at 2 a.m. Although I will say The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, it's a prequel to The Hunger Games. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I am sucked in, man. I'm sucked in, and I knew I had to put it down because I knew that section 2 was going to end somewhere crazy and I was just going to want to keep reading. I had to put it down, so I just sat there at 2 a.m. not being able to sleep. Melissa, that is incredibly frustrating that you have to undo the whole collar, but it's definitely a learning experience, and it's just a time to like not stare at a screen, right? To just like be at one with your activity. I think that's why I like reading too, although I do a lot of reading on a screen. So stage 4, that's when everything is awesome. Now, does that mean you're no longer using your stitch remover? Absolutely not. I have quite a few stitch removers. I was trying to look for one of my fancy ones here. I have a friend who does the whole like turned wood fanciness, and she made me a beautiful one. I try and link to it around the holidays because it's a great stocking stuffer. But this is really where you're confident in both knits and wovens. You can do fitting adjustments. You're confident with different body types and sizes, comfortable grading between sizes. You might have multiple machines. You can look at a picture of design and pretty much figure out construction, or you're interested in it right away. That's one of the things that like is my jam, right? Let's see what else we have here. You're starting to look into pattern making techniques. Makes it easier for you to adapt patterns on the fly. I'm not afraid of trying any new techniques. I do get a little nervous about wedding dresses. I've never made a wedding dress, but I have 5 daughters, so I feel like if I can't talk them into eloping, that's probably in my future. I'm just kidding. Not really. That's from My Spy. Things someone at this stage might say. I'm making myself a capsule wardrobe. That's actually one of the classes I thought about doing. I just got to wrap my head around like how to handle the patterns, because I don't like to wrap it up into the cost of the class, because then some people already have the patterns, some people don't. You feel me? Oh, yeah, it would be a pain to pull stitches. Yeah. You might be opening an Etsy store. You're sewing the majority of your children's clothing. You understand muslins, not just the fabric, but the actual practice, fitting, make before you use your nice fabric. You know why it's important. I look at ready-to-wear clothes all the time. I have so many pictures of me in dressing rooms trying on things, because that's actually how the Riptide reversible shorties was born. I was standing in an Athleta, and at the time, Athleta only went up to XL, which is like really irks me. Now they've done a little bit better. I'm pretty sure their 3XL are XL if I had to guess. I haven't actually proven that, but you feel me. I was trying on their shorties. They were not reversible, and they had a seam right through the middle. Absolutely not. Like, I don't need that many seams in a bathing suit. Nope. Nobody knows. We're going to keep this PG. And I was determined to come up with how to get those seams outside of the crotch area. Let's word it that way and then move right along. Oh, bye, Joy. Hopefully your kids aren't too hard on you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me for part of it. Sorry I went so long today. Or not. I really enjoy this, and this is my last day, so I can't say I'm sorry. If I leave this room, I have to make sure kids get to their classes on time. If I don't leave this room, I can just say it's a work meeting, right? That sounds viable. I'm going to do it until the teachers realize, wait, you're on YouTube? I will constantly be like, can I touch your shirt? Because I want to see what it is. So let's see. I have a fabric stash that is slightly embarrassing. I prefer to make my own clothes because I know they'll fit me, right? No, I won't hem your pants. I actually bought that sweatshirt that says, yes, I can sew. No, I won't hem your pants. In fact, I should have just made my own sweatshirt, because it's one of those ridiculous sweatshirts with a seam in the cuff. It drives me nuts. Things to learn. So continue learning fitting techniques, how to teach others the joy of sewing, finishing on the inside of a garment. Man, I love it when the inside of my garment looks as pretty as the outside of my garment. That's actually one of the things here at 5 out of 4 that we're passionate about. So that's why we show you how to do cuffs in the round, even on the little sizes. And there's tips and tricks to that too, like sewing it from the inside, like fitting it over your sewing foot so you can do it. It's, oh my gosh. I remember when I was in stage 1 and my friend was like, oh, you can just have some of this fabric. I'm like, how do you have so much fabric? I'm glad, Bridget. You get me twice a week if you join the family, because you get me for Tipsy Tuesday and on Thursdays inside the 5 out of 4 family. So one thing that I try and point out to my children all the time is the reason entertainers' clothes fit so well, like all the movie stars, when you see pictures of them in magazines and whatnot, is they all have tailors. They don't expect ready-to-wear clothing, even if they have their own clothing line. Those clothes are being made somewhere where they're not using somebody of my stature, I'm 5'9", to fit. So nothing is going to fit my shoulders. I have to learn how to fit my shoulders. So draping, pattern design, sewing fine fabrics, when and how to use boning. Personally, I love boning on, bye DeMezzo, on the sides of swimsuits. I'm pointing to under my arm here. I don't always put in underwires. I don't put in underwires most of the time, But I like to use it on the sides because swimsuit fabric can be kind of floppy, and it just holds things where it needs to be held. And it just takes a little short piece. It's kind of nice. I found it at my dressmaking store, Gale Fabrics, not in my part of town. So feelings to watch out for. I'm a sewing goddess. I know everything there is to know about all of these things, and pattern companies X, Y, and Z are terrible. I'm going to quote Brene Brown. If you're not in the arena, don't say negative things about pattern designers. And actually, really, I'm in the arena, and I try not to say negative things about pattern designers because it's hard. I know the best way of doing things. I'm comfortable and happy where I'm at. Nah, we can keep growing. There's always, always, always room for growth. Project ideas. Lined coat with nice details. Hint, hint. That's what we're coming out with. Rochelle's got it in testing right now. A bra, evening wear, lots of precise details inside and out. You can get some fancy stitches going on. You like that? Fancy stitches. So at the bottom of this page, the quote is from Paulo Coelho. His book, The Alchemist, was also a life changer for me. And I'm currently in the process of reading it again and highlighting it and making notes for my oldest daughter because she's a deep thinker and I think she's going to really love that. But the quote is, there's only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve, and that's the fear of failure. So there you go. Fail fast, fail often, folks. That's the only way to keep growing. So that is what I have for you today. Over this week, I've shared stories of people who have already joined the 5 out of 4 family. I've shared their hesitations. I've shared their successes and their wins. If you want to see those videos, you can find them in the 5 out of 4 patterns group or on the 5 out of 4 business page or on IGTV, because I truly believe that if you see that it's not just the Jessica show, it is not. The 5 out of 4 family is not just my personal playground where I'm telling you, everything. It is really about community. And through this community, we can all grow faster, better, more, everything, stronger, right? I feel very passionate about this. And so we've gone over the stages of a confident sewist. We've gone over different, I include project ideas inside the 5 out of 4 family platform. Then we have content that gets loaded each week to that platform to help you grow. It's not just going to be at one level. I'm going to do it all over the place because I think even if you're at level 4, there's always skills that you can brush up on and take to the next level at 1 through 3. Does that make sense? So it's a big deal to me. Never stop sewing, never stop growing. The doors to the 5 out of 4 family close tonight. I hope you'll join us. Just give it a try for a month. You can cancel at any time. You can save if you buy the year, but if you're nervous about it, just try a month. All right? I have truly enjoyed going live every day this week. It has been amazing and not at all what I expected. I thought I'd be completely worn out and stressed out of my mind, but I've loved it. This has been fantastic. Good morning, Laura. I'm actually about to sign off. Sorry, Lauren. But I hope you'll give it a try. Check out the page for the 5 out of 4 family. You can link to it from the 5 out of 4 homepage. I'll also put it in the show notes. But just take a look. There's actually a video on there that shows some of the 5 out of 4 family members and what they have to say about the group. But if you have any questions, send me an email, send me a PM. I'm happy to help you. All right, take care. I hope all of you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back next Tuesday for our traditional programming. See you later.